Hello, all my aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome to the Airplane Show. I'm Greg. I'll be your pilot and your captain today. Come aboard this Aer Lingus A320 as we land in the Canary Islands. Here's the flight in real life where I got the idea from. And once I looked into it and I found what type of landing is involved, I was like, I need to do this. I need to try this out myself and see if I can actually do this type of landing. Here's what FlightAware shows as the landing route on their radar. I zoomed in and looked at it, and once I saw that, I was like, man, I got to try this out for myself. All right, so here's our arrival, and what we're going to do is once we cross into the LPC VOR, we're going to take a course of 206, fly that for about 9 miles, or until we're almost 14 miles away from the airport. And then once our distance reads correct, we will make a right-hand turn to pick up the intercept course, which on here it shows as 026 is the course that we need to pick up. Once we pick that course up, our localizer should capture, our Glidescope should capture when we get to the right distance and the right height, and then we should be able to just let this bird glide on home to the touchdown zone. If you haven't done so yet, please click subscribe, please click the thumbs up, leave a like, and please leave a comment. Let's get going, and let's get rolling to the friendly skies. I looked up the METAR information for the Gran Canaria Airport. It's got a pressure of 1026, and it's currently 19 degrees Celsius, so that's what we're going to input into our approach page. Once again, it's proven that the settings page in Aerofly FS 2023 is absolute shit, because I have this turned off where it inputs the frequency and the course automatically. Well, at least the frequency is correct, but I cannot put the correct course in. It will not allow me to put in 026, so screw it. Let's enter in the VOR information for LPC, and then I'm also going to input in the ADF frequency, which is 365. That is directly in line with the runway, so you don't need to do that, but I like it because it shows where the runway is actually at, since our course is incorrect. I didn't write down the actual comm frequencies, but I like to turn these buttons and twist these knobs anyway, so I'm just going to pretend that I'm putting in something, and then I'm going to push the green arrows to switch it over. Alright, since we're about 2 miles out from LPC, let's make our procedure turn 206. We'll follow this for 9 miles till we're about 9 miles away from LPC and or about 14 miles away from the airport. Once both of those are the right distance, we will then make our turn back to the airport, which is really in real life 026, but for demonstration purposes we need to follow what's in Aerofly, which is 028. So there are some speed restrictions here as on the page, so I'm going to try to follow them as closely as I can, and let's see if we can do this, get it on the ground, and get that all-important touchdown. Alright, we're at the right distance now to make our turn back to the airport. So we're going to turn our dial clockwise and start making our turn back towards the localizer, back towards the Glidescope, back towards the airport, and back towards the all-important touchdown zone. So I'm just going to arm the approach button instead of localizer and then approach. Pushing the approach button will arm the localizer and the Glidescope, and then if you push the autopilot 2 button as well, like I did there, that will give you a full automated landing. If you so choose to let the plane land by itself, this plane will actually land by itself if you have both of those autopilot buttons pushed in and you have the approach button pushed in. If all those are green and it shows on your display, then this airplane should completely land itself, which would be a Category 3 landing. Well, during my rambling, the localizer has captured, so at this point, all we need to do is keep our speed and our flaps correct, and then just let this localizer do what it needs to do. It will line up the airplane itself. It will make all the course corrections for you. You don't need to touch anything. Just stay at 3,000 feet, and then when we are a few miles away from the airport, the Glidescope will capture, and then we can use that to land completely, or we can do a manual landing. But once that localizer has captured, there's nothing you really need to do at this point other than make sure you're at 3,000 feet and keep your speed and flaps correct. We're getting ready to capture the Glidescope. We have captured the Glidescope. I repeat, we have captured the Glidescope.
$2,500.
Alright, let's pause for a second. Let me put the iPad on my belly and recalibrate it. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I do recommend, if you have a belly like me, I have a bit of a belly, I do recommend that you put your device on your belly because that will help keep your plane stable when you switch the autopilot off. And with mine, as long as I don't breathe too quickly or too deeply, this iPad will stay solid on my belly. And then I can make good touchdowns. It's all about the good touchdown. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Alright, we are close enough now where I think we can take the autopilot and the auto throttle off. I like to leave the auto throttle off for most of the manual landing just so I can control everything myself, but we do have to make this a little bit of a correction because we were on course 28 and we need to be on 26. If you saw earlier in the video, I couldn't change that myself, and since the settings tab is really just for you to push buttons, I don't really think the settings do anything in Aerofly because I have that setting off where it automatically puts the frequencies and tunes everything automatically. I have that off. However, it always puts it in. Magically, it's always in there. However, this time it was wrong. The frequency was correct, which was good for a change. Usually the frequency is wrong, but the course was definitely wrong. We were off by 2 degrees, so we are making that correction now, and we are getting close.
Minimum.
About 300 and some feet above ground. Trying to get this plane lined up close enough so we can get in that touchdown zone and get right in the center of that landing runway and get the touchdown. So we're doing okay. Speed's good. GS is good. Glidescope is good. We got 2 red, 2 white. That's all right with me. And we're coming in at a little bit of an angle, but, you know, it's all good. It's just a simulator. But I think we're going to make a touchdown. A touchdown. Ooh, not my best landing, but I'll take it because we landed in the touchdown zone. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for checking out my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please check out my other videos. If you haven't already, please click the like button. Please subscribe and leave a comment and share my video. Until next time, this is your pilot and your captain signing off. See you in the friendly skies and see you next time.